So here we are in the cockpit of the C4S. Pretty standard. Little Bluetooth thingy that works okay. Single CD player. I had to break out the CDs that I had from the early 2000s. But you know, black leather. We got Manuel on the air conditioning, and he blows cold. But you know, I'll widen this out a little bit. But Porsche floor mats. Hey, here we go again. Just pulling out. Got to head to downtown Indianapolis. I thought I'd add a few other comments, just some observations about the car. Kind of get into some specifics. So I mentioned all the kind of creaks and noises that the car makes. One of them is this low speed or low RPM kind of phenomenon that goes on. I had the windows tinted this week, and my tinter mentioned that she thought my suspension was a little stiffer than normal, which I don't know that something other than stock is on this car yet. I don't know also that it's not a tire pressure issue or some combination of those things. Hey, it's a car with 90,000 miles, so it could be suspension. This might be a little rough. I'm going down cobblestones right now. That's how our main street is paved. So sorry for the extra motion shake. I'm doing this on an iPhone, not on something with stabilization, so hey, it'll be over in a minute. But it's one of those, that's a noise that does seem to go away once I get above, say, 2,000 RPM, so highway speed. Which reminds me, I kind of go a stream of consciousness here. One thing I noticed when this thing was going at highway speed, maybe it's because I'm used to modern cars and having 6-7 speed transmissions and things like this, but it does seem rough spot. You really do think that this car does want a 6th gear. The Triptronic only is a 5-speed transmission, so something to think about with that, or something to note. It just seems like it wants to, once it gets there, it wants to go in another gear, but there's no gear left. Maybe we'll talk about that here in a second. But yeah, I don't know if it comes through on the camera here, but it does vibrate just a little bit. Oh, look behind me. That is a Bentley convertible. Right over there is was the last Rolls-Royce dealer in the United States that went by the name of the owner instead of like Rolls-Royce of Beverly Hills or whatever. It was the owner's name, and apparently it's not that way anymore. But apparently, if there's a Rolls-Royce part that you need and Bentley or Rolls-Royce of Zionsville does not have it, you probably can't find it. That's what I'm told. I don't own any of those cars, but that's what I'm told. So, if you own a Rolls and you need a part, might give the folks in Zionsville a call. So, a few more bumps. Again, sorry for no image stabilization. But, yeah, so we're cruising along, at the speed limit here, about 40 miles per hour. It's a very civil ride. That's the way I explain it to people. It's completely civilized. And you can tell it's connected to the road. You can tell it's a sports car and it's a suspension, but I've been in some other sports cars, man, and it's sometimes you feel like the thing is just trying to shake you out of the car. I don't know if that's the setup. I don't know if it's a particular model of car, but it's. I can see how people have these as daily drivers now. Absolutely. We've talked about the room, which is not the car's fault. I'm a giant. What am I gonna do? But once it gets up to speed, especially highway stuff, it's just it's a nice ride. Even for an 18-year-old car with, I don't know what's on the, I don't know what we're riding on. The tires on this particular car are Sumitomos. I know it's pretty popular with the 996 crowd, or that's one of the popular models of tire. Seem to be fine. If you've had Sumis, or as people call them, Sumis, if you've had Sumis and you've changed something to like Michelin pilots or anything else that tends to go on 996s, especially the things with the 18-inch wheels like the C4S's have, and there's something that you really like, or you can compare and contrast, leave that down in the comments.